Hey guys, in this video I want to talk about the current Platinum Arena meta and kind of show you guys how to build a good defense team. So let's get into the video. So Arena meta changes all the time. I saw many Raid Shadow Legends content creators making videos about Platinum Arena. There has been champions like Seer and Rotos that were released and completely changed the Arena meta. And then they got nerfed and other champions that become viable and etc. But right now, the Arena meta is not about any champion, to be honest. It is about a gear set. Let me show you guys. So here it is, Swift Parry. If you are an Arena player, you probably already know what I mean. If not, let me walk you guys through. So Swift Parry set was released probably second quarter last year. It gives speed, crit damage, and 50% chance of unkillable when hit with fatal hit. So back in the days, the only way to get Swift Parry set is Platinum Arena, and you can only get like 6 to 8 pieces of Swift Parry or Deflection per week, even if you make to the Platinum Arena. So like on average, you will get probably 3 to 4 pieces of Swift Parry every week, and they are very likely to be all trash. So back then it wasn't really an issue because this set is so hard to get. If you want to build a champion with this set, it could take months. And back in the days, people did not realize how this gear set is going to completely change the meta. A couple months ago, Playroom added a Swift Parry set to the Forge here. So if you like complete events and tournaments, you can get like 1 to 2 pieces every week on average, I would say. So as time goes by, those players that play the game for a long time or that are big spenders, they are able to gear many champions with Swift Parry. And even I saw people like gearing their entire team with Swift Parry set. So the problem of Swift Parry is that this is too RNG based. You'll make a champion to have 50% chance to survive a fatal hit. If one champion has this set, it might not be that tough to deal with. But imagine what if enemy's entire team has this 50% chance to survive a fatal hit. It just becomes extremely difficult to deal with. Especially put this set on a reviver and put 2 or 3 reviver on a defense team. So in my YouTube channel, I introduced a lot of fancy offense strategy, but all these fancy offense strategy will have a chance to fail against Swift Parry. I think that's why people nowadays are less and less motivated to think about new strategy. Like the only way to have a 95% win rate against Swift Parry team is to use Seer and double Rotos. Seer here. Basically, Seer's passive is going to remove all debuff from Rotos, and Rotos here is going to ignore unkillable. So all you need to do is use Seer, 2 Rotos, and 1 shield champion. And you go into the fight, you click auto and target enemy's reviver, and it will win. It will win the fight for you 95% of the time. It's not a new comp, but people are using it more and more often because like it's the best way to deal with Swift Parry. There's no reason to use a fancy team if there is like 20 to 30% chance to fail. So people just think, oh, I'm gonna use this like brain dead comp to win a 2 minutes guaranteed win. Alright, so with all being said, I don't like this set. I think it is overpowered for now, and it should be nerfed. They could completely remove this speed and crit damage, and it is still overpowered. The biggest problem I'm having with this set is it is too RNG based. If they just change it to like place a unkillable buff for 1 turn at start of each round, I'll be okay with that. Like, or probably they just put this 50% chance to deflection and put this 25% chance to swift parry. Because right now the deflection is really underwhelming. Another big problem is that you can't farm this set. I got some good pieces because I'm lucky. So I really hope there is a way in the game you can farm this set. I don't mean the forge, because on average you get like one piece every week from the forge. So it's really not a good way to farm it. So anyways, I don't want to make a rant video. Even though I don't like the way Arena is nowadays, I guess we just have to adapt. So I'm going to show you guys the champions I'm using for Arena that is geared in swift parry. Most of them are revivers. Then I'm going to give you guys a brief guide of how to make a good defense team. So here, the first champion in swift parry is Seer. I use Seer mainly for defense. So her gear is not very optimal. The way I want to build her is with swift parry and get her speed as high as possible. But I don't have triple rolls on swift parry, so I can't really get her much faster. So I went with resistance. So the second champion is Warlord. I gear Warlord in swift parry. I mean, he is not a reviver, so it's not really necessary to put swift parry, but since I have the gear, so why not? Basically my Warlord is speed tuned with Seer. He's gonna go right after Seer with high speed. Accuracy probably is a little bit low, but it doesn't really matter. All I need him to do is put enemy's nuker's skill on cooldown. Like if the enemy has a 700 resist Duchess, so I don't really care about that. And that's why I went with HP chest. The next champion is Blind Seer. I don't use her a lot, but I sometimes put her in defense, just for fun. So I gear her in swift parry set. I build her with like good speed. Basically the way I use her is I put 3 revivers in defense, all in swift parry set with a Kendrick. I will show you guys a clip later. It is really fun. I'm using timely intervention talent. The next one is an epic. She is actually a new epic that was released not long ago. She is really good in Arena, and this is the optimal way to build her. Swift parry set, good speed, and as tanky as possible. Also, I went with timely intervention. Oh, I almost forgot the MVP of swift parry set, Duchess Lily 2. I only have one Duchess. And if you guys watched my previous video, 1 week ago my Duchess was geared in triple resistance set that has almost 800 resist. But then I thought about it. I was like, resist meta is just dead. The new meta is swift parry. So I re-geared my Duchess, put her in swift parry with a little bit low on speed. I try to maintain a good resistance with high defense and high HP. There are also other champions that are really good in swift parry, so let me quickly go through it with you guys. The first one is Raglan, a Void Legendary. I don't have her, but I know she is a really good reviver. Basically, her revive skill has 2 turns cooldown, and if you put her in swift parry, it's gonna work out really well. The next one, oh by the way, do not put swift parry on Arbiter. It's not gonna work, even though she's a reviver, but she is not good in swift parry. The next one is Cardinal. Cardinal has the best revive skill in the entire game. If you put Cardinal in swift parry and then bring couple nukers in the team, you're probably gonna have a lot of defense win, but it's most likely for troll defense. Let's see here. I think Gurgle is also really good in swift parry. Basically, if you have the gear, you can put swift parry on him and make him as fast as possible, like over 300 speed. Make him go first. He's always going to prioritize his A2, so he's gonna freeze the entire enemy team. The next one is, where is he? So he's here, Kendrick, a very popular champion right now. So Swift Parry is really good in Kendrick, because if he gets a turn, his A2 has a possibility to one-shot enemies' entire team. So really good candidate for Swift Parry. Alright, so like I said before, I'm going to show you guys a fight where I use Kendrick with 3 revivers. All 3 revivers are in Swift Parry, and my Kendrick is in Relentless. So let's see how it goes. I'm gonna click auto. Alright, so that's the power of Swift Parry. Alright, so I'm going to use this team here. All 4 of my champions are geared in Swift Parry. I'm gonna go in and click auto. I want to see how long it takes this team to defeat me. I might fast forward a little bit. Alright, so at last, let me give you guys a brief guide of how to make a good arena defense team. So you will need at least 1 reviver that is not Arbiter, and gear that reviver in Swift Parry. You can have up to 3 revivers, maybe 4. So in this case, I'm gonna put Sifi and Duchess, because in my opinion, these 2 are the best revivers out there. So both of them are in Swift Parry, and 3rd spot I can use a Warlord. Warlord is really good. If you don't have Warlord, you can go with other champions. So for the last spot, I pretty much have all the champions, so I'm gonna go with Torment or Hegemon. If you have Torment or Hegemon, I recommend you always put them on defense, because you will force the enemy team to use immunity set. So if they're running immunity Madame, I don't think any immunity Madame can strip buff from my Duchess, especially when I have the resist aura. And you don't have to have all these fancy champions. Look at these epics, like Richter Darth. This is a really good epic for Arena. And this new epic, I don't know her name, but she is also a reviver, I believe. And you can put a Kendrick here. If you don't have Kendrick, you can put like whatever nuker, or like Brachus or Mountain King. These are all good options. And you can put Gurgle here. Or if you don't have this guy, you can also use Cardinal. Cardinal in Swift Parry is also really strong. It can bait a lot of people to attack you, and they probably won't expect you to use the Swift Parry Cardinal. So my suggestion, if you use Swift Parry Cardinal, is you will put your strongest nuker here with the buff stripper, like this, and you put a Cardinal here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and see you guys in my next video. Bye!